This is IGN Summer of Gaming, and we're wrapping up everything from Summer Game Fest. In just a bit, we've got closer looks at new gameplay from Immortals of Aveum, and another look at Warhaven. But first, before the break, we were talking about Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, a new Prince of Persia 2D Metroidvania that was just announced during Summer Game Fest. This is not the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake that is in development hell right now. This is something totally new, and I'm all for it. I don't mind. I like Prince of Persia in general, and I like 2D Metroidvania games. I think this is one of the highlights of the show for me. I have the official sort of plot synopsis from Ubisoft here. It says, in this brand new adventure, players will embody Sargon, a young, gifted warrior and member of an elite group called the Immortals. As they are sent to rescue Prince Ghassan, they will explore Mount Kaf, a once wondrous place now cursed and hostile. Sargon and his brothers in arms will soon discover that time itself will be a treacherous foe and that the world balance must be restored. So yeah, I'm excited for this, but I was trying to think, I can't think of another Metroidvania that Ubisoft has made.
No, I don't think so. No.
So this is sort of new. It's new territory for them.
Yeah.
Maybe what I hope they did is just sort of follow the Metroid Dread blueprint.
Yeah. I've been sort of going through some sort of self-reflection on why am I so excited about this. I think it was just I wasn't expecting it, and it does evoke, like, I mean, I kind of grew up playing the original Prince of Persia game, and it wasn't a Metroidvania. It was just a platform game, right? But I think like there's something about this that just looks really cool, and like I wasn't expecting it at all. And I think I'm sort of like I'm disproportionately weighting it in terms of things that were announced today that I'm excited about.
I wonder if there will be a separate mode, a separate timed mode that gives you 60 minutes to finish the game, like the original.
Well, speedrunners will certainly test to see if that's even possible. Like I said, I don't mind a 2D Metroidvania game. But do you think is that like a hurdle that they have to overcome with some gamers who might be disappointed that it's 2D?
No, I think once people, I mean, I think for a lot of, we're, again, as I said in the pre-show, most of us, we're old. So when we think old school Prince of Persia, we think of the actual original game, but old school Prince of Persia, to probably a lot of our viewers,
You don't want to know how many years ago that was.
is Sands of Time, which is, as you said, Damon, is trapped. The remake of which is trapped in development hell, and so a lot of our audience may not have that sort of nostalgia or affinity for this style, the Lost Crown style of old school.
You know what is especially nice about this though? This and Sonic is they look small, like they look like small. This is not going to be an 80-hour game,
right?
I don't think.
It also doesn't look like a $70 game.
No, and it's. I mean, we've kind of seen the death of AA games. And as great as it is to get these massive games, it is also, I don't know. There's a certain fatigue that comes with that, and it's. I mean, 2023 is a absolutely bonkers year for huge game releases. It's kind of nice to have like a little thing here and there to kind of pad it out, like a little.
Gaming's middle class.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
I could see playing this on like Steam Deck a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll be a good menu for it. Yeah.
Yeah, this was a pleasant surprise, and the official description sounds like it's just a Metroidvania to a T. By acquiring new time powers, unlocking unique abilities, and combining them in combat, Sargon will progressively delve deeper into Mount Kaf, solving puzzles, finding secrets, completing exciting side quests. Yep. That sounds sounds great to me. Ubisoft will be sharing more details on Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown at its Ubisoft Forward event, which is on Monday.
Monday,
right? This Monday
morning.
So definitely stick with IGN for more as soon as that information.
The Rayman Legends developers
Available. Oh, Rayman Legends.
Yeah,
that's
very
promising.
cool.
They know how to do it.
Who had John Carpenter showing up? At least his name showing up on their bingo card for Summer Game Fest today, because John Carpenter's Toxic Commando is a real game. Definitely got sort of, I don't know, Left 4 Dead vibes, like goofy Left 4 Dead vibes.
Yep. And
cooperative zombie.
And a little Dead Rising.
Yes, Dead Rising. A silly cooperative zombie shooter.
If it didn't say John Carpenter in big letters, there's nothing in there that would indicate it's John Carpenter.
Well, and it remains to be seen how involved John Carpenter is.
Also, Toxic Commando makes me think Troma more than John Carpenter.
I was sort of not wild about this initially. Definitely gave me like Days Gone vibe, which I know a lot of people love. The truck stuff. It looks like you customize your vehicle, whatever it is, and put a bunch of zombie killing stuff on the side of it, a la Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, which I'm down for. That sounds great. When it sort of veered into goofiness and like over the top weapons and kind of, I feel like more the Dead Rising approach rather than the somber, serious post-apocalypse things, and also they're not conventional zombies. There's some other sort
I think they're called infecting it, something like that.
Yeah, but it's looking like there's some kind of, I don't know, other dimensional sorcery at play rather than just your typical zombie.
And it looked like there is some on-foot stuff, but it seemed that trailer seems to indicate that a lot of the gameplay will be vehicle-centric, which I think could be really fun.
Yeah, it's I think it's the same developer as the World War Z.
Oh,
so there's some
great.
experience
Great.
there.
Fantastic.
The official description tells us the game takes place in the near future when an experimental attempt to harness the power of the Earth's core ends up in the release of the Sludge God.
Oh.
Sludge God.
Yeah.
Okay.
An eldritch abomination that turns soil into scum and the living into undead monsters.
Well, fantastic.
Yeah, it's good. They had a cover of Living on a Prayer by John Bon Jovi in there. I don't know how expensive the rights are.
If they get John Carpenter to do original music for it, I'm there for it. Like,
I mean, yeah, I just think it's hard. I love John Carpenter. I just think it's really hard to get him to do anything these days.
It will very quickly tweet about Ratchet and Clank.
He will do that.
I feel like he's probably busy playing Destiny 2 as opposed to...
if anyone doesn't know, he's a very big gamer.
Yeah.
John Carpenter is.
And it's got a bit of an 80s vibe. I wonder if they'll really lean into that. The trailer, like, other than the music, didn't lean into sort of that kind of 80s horror as much as I thought it would, but like, I think there's a lot of potential there.
There is potential.
Again, it was a nice surprise, like a genuine surprise, which from the conversation we had before the show, I don't think any of us were expecting that many, like, where did that come from?
Yeah, exactly. That one's set for 2024, and it's current gen only. So at least it's, going to be presumably taking full advantage of PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. Max, tell us a little bit more about Sandland. This is a one-off manga.
So this is Akira Toriyama, creator of Dragon Ball, worked on Chrono Trigger. He's been attached to Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior since day one. I don't know if he's a gamer himself, but he's, he I think dabbled with that back in the, Famicom days. This is a one-volume manga. I immediately hopped on Amazon to see if it's in print. It's not. Apparently, it was released as like an ebook. You can get it on Kindle. Okay. Again, this doesn't have a bunch of lore to go with it, really. Like, it's got some. I wrote a column a couple months ago about how Dragon Ball Z Kakarot had me really wishing they would do a prequel about, like, classic Dragon Ball, where not everybody can turn into a neon god and teleport and whatever. And this clearly is kind of what I wanted. Like, I love Toriyama's mechanical designs. Like, he's got really cool tanks. He's got, like, hovercrafts. He's got these. It's goofy. It's the goofy side of things. It's not it's not the fate of the world from what I can tell. There's some big monsters. It's Unreal 5, and yeah, Damon, you were like, how is it using Unreal 5? And that kind of remains to be seen. But It's definitely got some interesting, like, lighting and particle effects. It looks like there's some clouds of dust getting kicked up, which pair really interestingly with the cell shading.
I really love the aesthetic of this game. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, no, I think that Toriyama kind of got pigeonholed having to do Goku for 40 years or whatever, and as much as I love Dragon Ball, it's like that's a mech that is in Dragon Ball, so it's kind of cool to see that pop up here. But yeah, it's an unknown quantity. Like, I would love to do, like, oh yeah, an open world Dragon Ball game. Sure, I know that story like the back of my hand. I have no idea what's going on here.
Right.
So
yeah, I'm trying to guess what the gameplay genre is. Open world, action adventure game.
It's like, I think it's vehicle combat, beat 'em up, something like that.
Our news team tells us that it's a mix of action vehicles and fighting game mechanics.
Okay, that's interesting.
Sure.
I really like this because, let's face it, there were a lot of games in this event that looked very, very similar.
Sure.
And this one didn't. And I think, for me, the stuff that really stood out was the stuff that wasn't sort of brown with lots of blood, or there was a lot of medieval stuff. Like, apparently we're going through a medieval phase in upcoming games at the moment. And what I love about this is it's a bold artistic approach. It's a different kind of game. It doesn't seem like really dark and kind of miserable the way so many games look like they are.
Well, speaking of looking the same, I want to talk about Pal World. It seems like the developers said, what if we made Pokemon with guns? And that's literally what the game is.
Yeah, I feel like Game Freak lawyers are making some phone calls right now. It is egregious how close some of these designs are to existing Pokemon.
It's true.
And then the firearms are just full-on realistic weaponry, which is like, okay, yeah, why not? Yeah, sure.
I mean, we just a few weeks ago at the PlayStation Showcase got Foam Stars, which is an egregious ripoff of Splatoon. But yeah, this is like even more lawyer triggering.
Yeah, but it also looks like totally different type of gameplay. And people are often like, I want the big open world Pokemon game. And it's like, we get one, but Game Freak typically doesn't get too crazy with you know, modern iterations. But you know, we're almost 30 years out from Pokemon, and it's interesting to see people who grew up with it kind of giving it their own spin. They could give it maybe more of a spin, but you know, whatever. I mean,
Pikachu on this should be a VO line in the game.
That's there. Maybe that's our strap line on the review. I'm kind of into it though. Like we can kid, but like I'm not really a Pokemon guy. Maybe it was the guns that was missing for me. Maybe this is what we'll find.
You needed firearms with your pocket
That's just
monsters?
a Gyarados. That's straight up just a Gyarados. What are they?
Well, what's funny about this, the official description says that Pal World is a game about living a slow life with mysterious creatures, pal, or throwing yourself into life and death battles with poachers. Living a slow life or life and death battles.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
Okay.
You can make pals.
Social commentary going on there? I'm not sure.
You can make pals fight. So maybe this is like against their will. They're being made to do this. Make them, breed as well. And then they can help you with farming or work in factories.
What's going on?
It says, this is real. This is real. You can sell them off or even slaughter them to eat.
Okay.
It says with an exclamation point.
So they took Pokemon at face value and they were like, let's actually unpack this a little bit. They live in balls and they fight each other.
You see this? So I'm looking at this official.
Make them eat each other?
Yeah,
I'm looking at its Steam page and there's GIFs of the game here and the pals are eating each other.
That's just a Lapras eating a Piplup.
Yep.
Like that's
I want to read these two sentences again. You can also sell them off or even slaughter them to eat. That, however, is forbidden by law.
Oh. Well,
so there's
thank God.
There's a law system in that? Are you gonna get like 5 stars for eating your Pikachu? Like what?
Well, survival. This world is full of dangers such as food shortages, harsh weather, and illegal poachers. You must be prepared to do anything if you want to survive. You may even need to consume pals sometimes. Fly, swim, dig holes. You can explore all kinds of places on lands, the sea, and in the sky by riding pals. Pal World.
I'm interested.
I am too.
That went from being like, what are they doing over here, to like, how in God's name are they gonna pull this off?
Again, Pikachu on this, literally.
Okay, there is more Summer of Gaming to come right here on IGN, so stick around.
IGN Summer of Gaming is presented by Immortals of Aveum, available July 20th on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.